Hi everyone, I'm Henry Mandalas on behalf of my fellow researcher Vina Sugiaman, Natalia Pranata, Ethan Tanamal, and Natalia Kalista. Today I will present a title, The Effect of Agarwood Leaf Ethanol Extract on Performance Gingivalis, Growth Inhibition and In Vitro Cytotoxicity Assay on Fibroblasts. Periodontitis already affect about 70.1% according to the National Indonesian Survey 2018 and also 10.8% from the world population. And the pathophysiology, usually there's four major microorganisms or bacteria that involve the Poriformis gingivalis, Actinobacillus acetocomitans, Tannerella forzita, Treponema denticola. But with one of the bacteria that we will use here is the Poriformis gingivalis. It's a development of the periodontitis about 92%. With the virulence factor, the fimbriae, LPS, CPS, hemagglutinin, and gingipin. Of course, the bacteria can eliminate by scaling root planing. We give medication even though sometimes there's resistance, and also surgical approach that of three, the scaling root planing and flap or the surgical approach can cause a need wound healing. Usually can conventional, or we can use the herbs. As we use the herb is Acolaria malacensis lam leaf, or we call in short agarwood. Another name is agarwood leaf. Usually already used in cosmetic product and perfume. And the three components that commonly, we can find it in the leaf is flavonoids, saponin, and tannins. Of course, for accelerating information process, and many other benefit from this leaf. Then, as you know here, the flavonoid, alkaloids, saponin, tannin, and steroids usually can help to destruct the cell membrane, then inhibits bacterial adhesion with the host cell, then also reduce the bacterial cell surface tension that make it lysis, and also inflate the bacterial cell membrane and brittle and easily destroyed. This is the function of the components. And how we do it, this is the material example for the cytotoxic assay. Uh, from the extraction, we use the solvent 70% of ethanol, and the same method maturation, but we use different in the cytocytic. We use the 5 milligram crude extracts dissolved in the 1 milli DMSO 10% with this kind of concentration from 500 microgram milliliter to 7.81 micro milliliter. And also for the inhibition, we use the 100% to 1.56. Then there's a 7 phytochemical test that we can get it from the leaf, 8 flavonoids, saponin, tannins, alkaloids, terpenoids, steroids, and phenols. And this is how we do it. The cytotoxic assay, the test, the cell with thought and salt culture in the complete medium, then harvest calculated with 70% concluency, then implemented in 96 well plated with density of 5 times 10 times 3. The old medium was replaced with new medium every 24 hours incubation, and TS region was inserted and incubated for 3 hours. Then absorbent measurement was conducted using 490 nanometers spectrophotometer. Then the inhibition test, the Poriformis gingivalis was made into suspension. The suspension was sprayed into the blood agar medium using cotton swab. Then a hole was made using perforator in inoculated agar. Every treatment, the positive control, negative control, and agarwood leaf extract were filled into the hole and incubated for 24 hours at 37 degrees and 3 times repeat. Inhibition zone that formed around the well was measured with caliper. As we can see, the result here, according to the ISO 109935, it can be say non-toxic if below the 70%. So it's after more than 70%, it categorized as toxic. So the 500 to 1,525 microgram per milliliter is toxic. Then with the parameters of numbers of calculation, the ICVT value is probit analysis 215.54 microgram per milliliter. Then for inhibitory assay, we use the Davis and Stott for the parameter. So I can see here the mean from the negative control negative until positive control. We can get here the weak inhibitory. I mean the concentrate from 50, 25 to 12.5, 625, 3.13, and 1.56. is a weak inhibitory ability, and so the inhibitory ability is the moderate, because we can see here the 6.55 is 100 in 100%. Then as a discussion, we know the three components that help or the most contribute toward the wound healing is saponin, flavonoid, and tannins. So the test for the cytotoxicity, the different cell and cell viability edge concentration indicate the cell response toward the concentration was also different, which is thought to be due to the variance on the amount of active compound. And also you can see here the qualitative physicochemical testing did not prove the exact amount and proportion of active compounds contained. In addition, the dilution method decreased the number of active compounds along with the smaller the concentration, since the amount of extract keep reduced during the dilution process. Then for the, you can see here each component, the saponin, flavonoid, tannins, they have each unique work in, like they can help the activation of TGF beta or the macrophage neutrophil activation reaction oxygen species. Then the fibroblasts can myofibroblast for wound contraction. Okay, then for cytotoxic also, for the IC50 value 215.54 microgram milliliter, inhibition of fibroblast proliferation up to 50% of the population. So the value obtained reference the future study by using the minimum concentration of agarwood leaf extract. For the inhibitory, based on the inhibition zone measure, the diameter of the inhibition zone is directly proportional towards the concentration of agarwood leaf extract. So as we know here, the main components is flavonoids contribute to destruct the bacterial cells due to damage the permeability of the cell membrane. And these three actions that can happen: nucleic acid synthesis inhibition, inhibiting the function of bacterial cell membranes, inhibiting energy metabolism of them from amino acid. Then alkaloids penetrate into the LPS, lipopolysaccharides, and can make the polarization of the cytoplasmic membrane, affect the production of enzyme in bacteria, cause leakage in the cytoplasm. The tannins invade the polypeptides present in the cell wall, denaturate protein, and bacteriolysis. Saponin also almost the same, then it can make the cell destruction. Then triterpenoids, steroids can bind to lipid molecule, can change the morphology of the cell membrane, and bacteria become fragile and will undergo lysis. So for the inhibitory assay, previous research showed that inhibition ability to agarwood extract was weaker to gram-negative compared to gram-positive bacteria. 3 layers of the wall structure owned by gram-negative bacteria. So the Phoremonas gingivalis is an encapsulated gram-negative, more resistant to antibacterial activity. Other research say the agarwood leaf extract has a weak to moderate inhibitory power against several other encapsulated gram-negatives such as S. coli, Klebsiella pneumonia, and Vibrio mimicus. So this is there are several factors that also can affect the diameter of the bacterial growth inhibition zone, the temperature, the thickness of the agar media, turbidity of the bacterial suspension, and bacterial species. So for the conclusion, this study showed that there was a cytotoxicity effect of the agarwood leaf extract towards the fibroblast in vitro at concentration of 500, 250, and 125 microgram per milliliter. And there was no cytotoxicity effect of agarwood leaf extract toward fibroblasts in vitro concentration at 62.50, 31.25, 15.63, and 7.81 microgram per milliliter. Agarwood leaf extract also had an effect toward Poriformonas gingivalis growth and the maximum inhibition at concentration of 100%, which is classified into the moderate inhibition category. Okay, that's all for the presentation. Thank you for your attention. Have a good day.